Crestline Coach would like to welcome you to the 1990s with an innovative ambulance that features the latest in thermalite and aluminum construction. Your new ambulance has been designed to provide you with an environment that will satisfy your exact needs comfortably and efficiently. A rigorous testing schedule ensures that emergency personnel and patients alike can interact in the safest surroundings possible. Given the many unique design features present in your ambulance, this video has been developed to educate both the ambulance user and maintenance personnel. To this end, this orientation video has been sectioned according to the following format. Section 1, General Information. Section 2, Exterior Introduction. Section 3, Interior Introduction. Section 4, Charging System Orientation. And Section 5, Maintenance and Repair Tips. General Information. Due to Crestline's commitment to improvement, you'll find that this ambulance features many new and innovative designs that will set it apart from ambulances that you've used in the past. However, you'll find that this vehicle still has the same care and attention to detail that you've become accustomed to when using a Crestline product. In addition to watching this video, we strongly suggest that you thoroughly read the information supplied by the chassis manufacturer to become well acquainted with features of your new model year chassis. And it's equally important to read the comprehensive owner's manual supplied by Crestline, as this manual will further reinforce or explain in more detail the information presented in this video. This video and the accompanying owner's manual will introduce you to many maintenance and repair tips. However, these should be thought of as a general guideline only and should not supersede any preventive maintenance or vehicle servicing programs already approved by the Ontario Ministry of Health, Emergency Health Services. And finally, your new ambulance has been constructed using the best materials available. However, there may be instances when you'll need to submit a warranty claim for repairs. All warranty claims must be approved by the Crestline Warranty Department before any work may begin. All invoices must be sent to the Crestline Warranty Department. Please include the ambulance serial number, mileage at the time of the repair, and an itemized list of repairs and costs. Now, let's look at your new ambulance in more detail. Exterior Introduction. Visually speaking, your new ambulance is very similar to past ambulances used by your service. In addition to the lighting required by the Canadian Motor Vehicle Safety Standards, your new ambulance features emergency lighting that provides full 360-degree visibility with flashing lights in the grille of the unit, on the rear, and on both sides. The warning lights are further supplemented with intersection lights, wigwag-style lights, and forward-facing roofline lights. The scene lights consist of two dual-purpose scene backup lights on the rear of the unit and two scene lights on each side, with the rearmost light being a flood-style light, while the front is a spot-style light. There are two flash modes for the emergency lights. When using the primary mode, all lights, with the exception of the rear amber and the wigwag lights, are activated. When the secondary mode is in use, only the red grille lights and the rear amber light are activated. For an explanation of the flash pattern used during the primary or secondary modes, please refer to the owner's manual. The 1992 vehicles have four forward-facing roofline mounted lights. They consist of two outboard red lights alternating with two inboard lights. The forward-facing roofline lights are activated with the primary flash pattern or can be operated separately through the light bar switch. All emergency lighting is controlled by the switches located in the driver console in the cab area. The driver console will be covered in more detail during the interior orientation section of this video. As a side note, your conversion electrical system has been updated to include a 5-minute ignition time delay shutdown circuit and a load sequencing circuit. If you turn off the vehicle, but inadvertently leave the ambulance conversion power switch on, it will automatically shut off after a 5-minute delay, and all live conversion circuits would no longer have power until such time that the ignition is once again turned on. The light on the Ambulance Connect power switch will remain lit to identify to the driver that this switch has been left on and will be reactivated by the ignition switch. Additionally, the sequencing circuit splits the conversion electrical load into 6 circuits and then turns them on or off at half-second intervals. This feature is included to improve the reliability of the charging system by reducing the harmful effects of voltage spikes or drops as a result of inadvertently turning off or on, respectively, large electrical loads, as can happen with the Ambulance Connect switch. The rear entry-exit door has a manual override switch that will deactivate the rear scenes. This switch should be engaged whenever the doors are to be opened for extended periods. All patient compartment entry-exit doors have been provided with privacy curtains, which will snap into place when required. This is the fuel filler. Remember, this is a diesel motor. Do not use gasoline products. Interior Introduction. This portion of the video will be particularly useful to the emergency medical attendants, EMA. However, maintenance personnel will also find this portion of value as certain items described will require occasional servicing. Starting in the cab area of your ambulance, we find the driver's console. The console has been designed by Crestline to give the driver complete and easy control over all electrical and emergency aspects of the ambulance, such as the flashers, scene lights, and the PA system. An indicator light on the right side of the console tells the driver if any exterior doors are ajar. Also included in the console face are the control modules for the auto throttle. The auto throttle is controlled by electrical demand or may be activated by the on-off switch. The module above the auto throttle control module indicates the charge condition of the factory battery system. On the right side of the console face are 2 additional gauges. The ammeter is used to display the electrical output of the alternator, while the voltmeter is provided as a means of monitoring the status of both the chassis and conversion batteries. Under the driver's seat is the tachograph and hour meter. This is the location of one of 2 fire extinguishers in your ambulance. Note the location of the fuse case. And finally, this zip pack holder has been provided for the convenient storage of reference material or clipboards. Now let's move to the patient compartment. This is the standard configuration for the patient compartment. On the left side is the primary cot. This should be the position of choice when transporting one patient. On the right side is the flip-up squad bench. This bench can seat 4 individuals, and each seating position features a Canadian Motor Vehicle Safety Standards approved retractable seat belt. Should the need arise, this bench can easily house the portable stretcher with the use of the post and wheel cups located on the squad bench. Under normal circumstances, the main cot should be removed from the ambulance via the rear doors. However, should the need arise, the cot can be taken out through the side door, but the following procedure should be followed. Remove the portable stretcher out of the way. Remove the primary cot. The interior storage compartments are fabricated from durable thermalite panels integrated with a structurally sound extruded aluminum track. The compartment shelves are easily removed from the compartments. Simply remove the plexiglass windows by popping them out. The shelves are held in place with Velcro and can be removed with a little effort. The Medical Control Center contains the primary oxygen outlet, permanent suction unit, thermostat controls, 12-volt DC accessory outlets, and disposable containers. Also located in the Medical Control Center is the attendant switch panel. Control switches for the cot lights, heater fan, air conditioner fan, air exhaust, and a spare switch for future expansion can be found here. The removal of the attendance switch panel allows access to the electrical control center. The electrical control center is the heart of your ambulance and contains all the major electrical components used in the distribution of power throughout your conversion. Rounding out the storage compartments is an area for your radio equipment and space for upright or long equipment such as a traction unit. The radio equipment monitoring area has accommodations to assist in the routing of the radio cabling along with dedicated power and ground terminals. There are 3 possible locations for the radio, the first being at the top of the bulkhead to the right of the AC, the second being at the top of the bulkhead to the left of the AC, and the third location being in the upright compartment. The radio control heads may be mounted in 2 locations, the first being at the driver's console and the second being in the top right corner of the MCC. For additional details, consult your Crestline Owner's Manual. This is the location of the 2 antenna ports. Moving to other equipment storage locations, we find a designated position for the stair chair on the side door. Note on the other side door is the designated location for the scoop stretcher. This is the designated position for your CPR board. In the right rear corner of the patient compartment is a designated position for a portable suction unit, and below that, a first response kit. A 12-volt outlet is also provided. This is the location of the second fire extinguisher in your ambulance. In the left rear corner of the patient compartment is the hot water heater. Adjacent to this is the designated compartment for the spine boards. This is the air conditioner. Once again, adjust the directional louvers as required by the situation. There are 2 oxygen outlets located in the patient compartment. An outlet is located to the left of the flip-up squad bench, while the second is located in the medical control center as shown previously. The main oxygen supply is located horizontally on the floor at the front of the patient compartment. The oxygen regulator is accessible through this portal. The portable oxygen bottles can be located here. Ensure that the upper retainer is fastened finger tight. This is the designated location for the portable stretcher. Proper fastening of the stretcher can be done with the seatbelt retaining strap. In concluding our tour of the Type 2 interior, we find 2 intravenous holders, one on the cabinet wall and one on the other side wall. The next 2 sections of this video will detail the charging system and provide hints and procedures required to service some of the more high-profile items found in your ambulance. The charging system. The charging system is without question the most important aspect of your new ambulance. A thorough understanding of the charging system and proper maintenance will guarantee durability and reliability. The charging system consists of 5 major components located in 4 areas of your ambulance. These components are 1. The factory battery system, 2. The ambulance battery, 3. The alternator, 4. The isolator, and 5. The auto throttle. The factory battery system consists of twin batteries located under the hood. Maintaining these batteries at peak condition is essential as they are the only means of starting your ambulance. Any deficiencies should be addressed. The ambulance battery is a deep-cycle RV battery designed specifically for repeated discharge charge cycles. Once again, maintain this battery in peak condition. Consult your Crestline Owner's Manual for details concerning location and access to the ambulance battery. The third component of the charging system is the 165 amp alternator. This is standard factory issue for all Ford chassis designed for use as ambulances. As this is a factory item, we suggest that you consult your local Ford dealership prior to attempting any repairs. Then, there's the isolator. The isolator is located in the electrical control center. This component electrically isolates the factory battery system from the conversion battery system. This allows the alternator to charge both systems independently, but will not allow one system to discharge the other. The last component is the auto throttle. The auto throttle is used to maintain an appropriate engine RPM that will allow the alternator to efficiently maintain an adequate charge for both battery systems. The auto throttle must be activated whenever the ambulance is under electrical stress, such as sitting at the scene of an emergency. Never use the auto throttle as a means of warming up the engine. When the ambulance is under full load, the throttle should maintain an engine RPM of 1200. To adjust the RPM, you must gain access to the throttle actuator by removing the interior engine cover. Then, adjust the set screw on the back of the throttle actuator until the desired RPM is reached. There are two other ambulance electrical systems that are in place to further increase the reliability and longevity of the charging system. These are the automatic shutdown and the sequential shutdown systems. The automatic shutdown consists of a 5-minute time delay circuit that will shut off the ambulance connect if the ignition switch has been off for more than 5 minutes. This circuit is to protect the ambulance battery from being completely discharged. This ambulance connect switch on the driver's console will remain lit to indicate that this switch has been left on. Good practice would be to shut this switch off before attempting to start the vehicle. The sequential shutdown system is in place to prevent an alternator voltage spike caused by turning off the ambulance connect switch without manually sequencing off the ambulance electrical loads. The sequencer will sequence off major ambulance electrical loads in half-second intervals if they're on at the time that the ambulance connect switch is turned off. If there is a problem with this system, the sequencing module can be turned off by the switch located on its cover, the module being located in the ECC. Note, this will not allow the ambulance connect to work, and the conversion will be live all the time, i.e. this problem will have to be corrected immediately. Please note that the automatic shutdown and the sequential shutdown have been installed to protect the ambulance electrical system from misuse. Good practice still dictates that all electrical loads should be shut down sequentially by the attendant before turning off the ignition. Maintenance and repair tips. The final section of this video will deal with some of the more common items that require some degree of servicing. Specifically, we'll discuss 1. Cleaning the interior, 2. Changing the oxygen bottle, 3. Adjusting the oxygen bracket for different size oxygen bottles, 4. Accessing the spare tire, 5. Servicing the air conditioner, 6. Servicing the heater, 7. Electrical troubleshooting and console servicing, 8. Jack points, and 9. Tow hook locations. Cleaning the interior. As mentioned earlier, the interior of your ambulance consists primarily of thermalite panels. Never use solvent-based products, as this could damage the finish of the panels. Simply use mild detergent and warm water. If required, all backrests are easily removed to facilitate cleaning in behind the backrests. Changing the oxygen bottle. To remove the oxygen bottle, follow this general procedure. Shut off the oxygen, loosen the oxygen bracket collar, slide the cylinder partway out, remove the oxygen line and regulator, remove the collar, slide the tank out. Adjusting the oxygen bracket for various tank sizes. The oxygen bracket has been designed to accommodate 3 sizes of oxygen tanks: the M steel, M aluminum, and aluminum. Adjustment for the tank sizes is by the way of the foot assembly at the rear of the bracket. Access to the adjustable foot assembly is through this removable panel located behind the driver's bucket seat in the cab area. Adjust the foot assembly as required. Accessing the spare tire. Your spare tire has been mounted in an under-chassis carrier. Refer to your chassis owner's manual for explicit information concerning the spare tire and steps that should be taken in removing the spare tire. Servicing the air conditioner. First, remove the head panel to allow access to the air conditioner. Remove the louver panel. Extract the air conditioner mount screws. All AC lines are of sufficient length to pull the unit clear of the cabinet. To service the expansion valve, you must first discharge the unit. Remove the line running to the expansion valve and then replace the valve. Evacuate the system. When reinstalling, charge the system with R12 Freon to a minimum of 4 pounds and a maximum of 4.50 pounds. Inspect for leaks. Servicing the heater. As shown previously, the heater is located in the left rear corner of the patient compartment. To gain access for servicing, remove the heater cover. Extract the heater mount screws. Disconnect the heater hoses. Disconnect all electrical connections. The heater can now be removed for servicing. When reinstalling, check the engine coolant level and check for air locks. Consult a professional as required. Electrical troubleshooting and console servicing. The owner's manual contains comprehensive wiring schematics, wire, connector, relay, diode, and circuit breaker codes, as well as relevant information. The manual is your most important reference tool. The heart of the ambulance's electrical system is the Electrical Control Center, or ECC. Access to the ECC is through the removal of the attendant switch panel, which is located in the MCC area. There are 3 harness groups that originate in the ECC. See your owner's manual for details. Note that the main harness is located above the storage cabinets and can be accessed by removing the padded electrical valance. The console can be easily serviced. If complete console removal is required, you must disconnect the console harness connectors at the ECC and remove the harness cover on the floor. Jack points. If it's necessary to jack up the Type 2, see the manufacturer's jacking instruction sheet that's supplied with the jack for general jacking instructions. Crestline suggests that when jacking up the rear of the Type 2, the jack be situated in such a way that the jack handle is at the side of the vehicle rather than the rear. Following this will ensure that you're not under the vehicle when jacking up the Type 2. Tow hooks. For general towing, Crestline has installed 2 tow hooks at the rear of the ambulance and 1 at the front. Your chassis owner's manual contains explicit information concerning general towing procedures and the steps that should be followed if you have to pull from the front of the ambulance. This concludes your orientation to the Type 2. The Type 2 ambulance is the product of extensive engineering and time-tested expertise. Spend time with the Type 2. The more familiar you are with the Type 2's many facets, the better service it will provide and the better service you'll provide. If you have any questions or concerns not covered by this orientation, please consult your owner's manual. If you still have questions, then please contact Crestline Coach Limited, 802-57th Street East, Saskatoon, Saskatchewan.